Meike impressed me so much with this little fisheye lens that I just had to check out something else from their range. And here it is, lithium ion battery. Let's see what's inside. Meike Speedlight MK420 for Fujifilm. Since I did the Nissan reviews, a whole bunch of flashes have come onto the market. Certain brands have really took hold of the Fuji X series and almost made it their own. But the one thing that I've really been looking at with all these flash brands lately is the ability to take a lithium ion battery. The lithium ion battery offers a faster recycle charge time and a much higher capacity than your standard batteries. So that's how I got down to the MK420, because this one, as we saw, has a lithium ion battery. Let's take a look inside here. Lithium ion battery charger, standard affair, manual just for the charger, products catalogue, quite interesting. Might have a look and see what I fancy checking out next. Any tips, let us know below. An instruction manual specifically for Fujifilm. Inside that, the warranty stuff and how to operate the thing. I mean, who needs a manual anyway? The official word that it's GN42, weighs 263 grams. You just get the one lithium battery. I believe problems with shipping these batteries over from China and from wherever, even within the UK, it's really tricky to ship more than one lithium battery. Don't quote me on that. 5600K color temperature, perfect. It's saying a recycle time of 3 seconds. I've read online that gets down to about 1.2 seconds. We need to check that out. Here it says batter flashes. Let's assume that's a typo. Battery flashes. 300 to 2,500 flashes. Now, 300, 400 odd on some decent AA's is kind of normal. So to get to 2,500 would be insane. I don't even use that much flash on a standard shoot. So that would be sweet if I could do everything just off this one battery. If you want to see the rest, pause this. That should be all the goodies. Well, we've got a USB cable and there it is. Quite a nice little bag, that, to be honest. Belt loop there, unzips to reveal the actual flash itself. Little diffuser there. Nothing to complain about there. Build quality, of course, it's plastic, but it looks like there's nothing that's going to catch in transportation. Let's take a look at this here. Give that a pull and out pops the battery. That is actually sweet. There's your lithium ion battery there, a Meike own. We've got to check out how we can get some extras for this MK LP1, because if I was to use this professionally, I'd like to have a spare or two. You know, even if it goes all the way up to 2,500, you're still going to want a second battery. That'll slot in there. There we go. So obviously it's not going anywhere. There's no battery door, but that's flush. But if you pull that catch, it does pop out, and I can't see that coming apart on a shoot at all, but it's very easy to deal with. In fact, it's a lot easier to swap this one big fat thing for another one than it is to get your AA's in and out, but nah, by the by. Nice metal contacts there, nice little lock there, perhaps a wide diffuser there, little white bounce there, nice, and there's some LEDs in there also. I think I'm going to like this on-off button here. Let's switch it across and see if we've got any battery in. In no time, it was charged and good to go. We've got some very decent feeling buttons across the top. A nice intensity for the LED on the top there. Flick between the modes. Manual TTL and S1 and S2. And that'll change my zoom. Of course, that should automatically adjust once I put it on the camera. It looks decent, it fits well, it's not ridiculously sized, and of course for the power output you wouldn't expect it to be too big, so not too bad. If for some reason you've knocked all the settings out of whack, you know, pressing wrong buttons, getting in a bit of a huff, a bit of a mess, you can just simply press the first two there and it will reset it back to TTL automatic zoom. Another good feature is the overheating protection. Now I found when I was shooting in faster environments, and I did a little static test shot to see how it got on. If I was shooting an interval of every 1 second, of course I would miss a few frames because the flash doesn't quite get down to 1 second recycle, maybe 1.1, 1.2 without a problem. It would overheat after a short while, and in fact it would need 5 minutes to cool down, and that is shown on a timer on the back. I mean, that's a handy feature. And if you are looking to use this something fast-paced, constant moving every 1.1 seconds for a long period of time, this might not be the flash for you. Anything after that, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, of course, those intervals, the flash just kept going and going and going and going and going and going. And you know what, I got bored and I just stopped, because in my general use, I'm not going to need the flash to go that ridiculous. It's just going to be ready for me each time. I'm happy with it firing off every barely second. I mean, look at that. I'm just pressing it at a normal rhythm and it's firing off. Absolutely not a problem at all. And that's literally what I want if I'm going to be shooting on a wedding. For what I want to use it for, that's it. I mean, for most stuff, parties and that, even when you're using a flash that takes 3 to 4 seconds to recycle, it's fine. But sometimes you just want that extra bit of speed so that you can get that shot, just in case somebody in the group blinks, is like, let me take another shot. You can just fire off another one without having to wait a couple of seconds just for it to refresh itself and be ready to go. The recharge time, thanks to this wonderful little battery system, is actually extremely good. This Li-ion battery seemed like it would go on for so long. I mean, I did have a thing going on with this LED light here. For some reason it was staying on, and I left it on for a few hours and the battery life had barely gone down by 1 bar, even after I started messing around and taking test shots, firing off flashes left, right and center. I could have gone on for ages. I would still like to get another battery just to have something ready to go. I mean, I did find that it wasn't really charging up via the USB. That's not what that's for, as far as I can tell. Your experience might vary, and I couldn't find any firmware updates yet for this thing. Potentially you could charge it via a battery pack. Imagine if you've got that in your back pocket and you just plug it into your flash if you get really stuck. In the same way I can do with the T20, plug it into USB and I'm away, just in case, you know, something happens with the batteries. But always good to carry spare batteries, of course. I've connected the camera via the app so I can take a quick selfie outside to show you just how simple it is. Just with, you know, any decent flash system, it's dead easy. Let's get the shutter speed to the highest it will go. Should be 250. Too much. Go into the settings, pull back on the EV and override what it's suggesting. I like to get a little bit more of the ambience in, so I'm just going to pull the ISO up. You put it up on the screen, look at what the ambient is doing around, get the ambient light to the level that you want it. Don't worry about the subject, let the flash TTL do that, and then adjust the EV to taste, just to override where you need to. -3 EV. So let's see how we get on with -3. Focus. This is a flash that's very decent, very capable for parties, for weddings, not where you need to be outside overpowering the sun. It's not for that. It's a nice little number that I think build quality wise should hold up well in a average professional environment. The controls are nice. I love that the head goes all the way around both ways. It's very flexible, and you do get a little bit of a down as well. About 7 degrees, I think it is. The battery life seems to be fantastic. The design of that is actually rather superb, and it doesn't take long to charge it up either with the included USB. You do get a stand, of course, if you need to pop that somewhere and trigger it off. The functions on the back work extremely well. They do keep things ticking along nicely, especially with that nice little illumination there. The reset, that's very nice. You can get it back to the standard TTL automatic zoom mode, just in case you flicked it out. you can get that easily. The on-off switch is nice, it's easy to use, and you can feel where you've put it. That's dead good. It takes no time at all to get ready, and it's good to go. TTL works great, manual works great. The slave modes seem to work decent from what I've tested. Now, of course, it doesn't have HSS, which again could be something that's stopping you. Hopefully Meike will put out an upgrade to this that does have it, that perhaps has a little bit more power. Some of you might need that extra bit of power, but frankly, let's hope they stick with that brilliant Li-ion battery system. And I think overall design, I think it just works nicely. Don't write it off. Decent gear, quality build. Leave a comment below, subscribe, thumbs up, share, all that good stuff. Let us know if there's any third-party gear that you particularly enjoy that's not really one of those most popular ones out there. Do you know what I mean? Stuff that deserves to be seen. That's what it's all about.